now turn up.
What up is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads, where we do daily Dynasty videos. I'm on a walk with Jackson here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're giving away a Jerry Jeudy free signed jersey. All you have to do is be a subscriber for a chance to win. And we are already over 80% of the way there, which is awesome. Thank you all to the 800 plus subscribers so far in this short couple months. We are going to be talking about the biggest mistake. And if this is a little shaky, I'm sorry, but my son just wants to be on a walk and doesn't want to cooperate. So this is what you get for today, at least. We are going to be talking about talent versus opportunity. It's the biggest mistake that I have ever done in Dynasty football. It's with redraft. It's with Dynasty. Well, it's not redraft. It's with Dynasty startup. So startups with rookie drafts. It's all of the above. It's the biggest mistake that I've made in the past. It is over-emphasizing, over-evaluating the opportunity that some of these players get. We've done it in the past where somebody gets what looks like to be a starting gig as a running back, and we overvaluate that. And all of a sudden, that situation changes sometimes in a month, sometimes in 6 months, sometimes in a year. And we're talking about James Robinson. We're even talking about last year's draft, which I actually had this preconceived notion of we're not going to overevaluate. We're not going to overevaluate Zach Moss and Keyshawn Vaughn. I didn't like those two running backs. I didn't really care for them. I wanted talent. Talent is the key. But there are also mistakes I have done with that. CEH is the number one, problem you could say. CEH he's not the most talented 2020 running back. He's probably the fourth most talented, maybe the fifth most talented 2020 running back. But his opportunity says, hey, he's in the Kansas City offense. That could change immediately. Next year, they could draft somebody else. They could they could sign somebody like Le'Veon Bell. All of a sudden, CEH owners are like, panic mode, hit the panic button. So we have to figure out and go, what is the talent versus the opportunity of the players? I'm seeing it this year again. I see it with Trey Sermon, who I don't think is a super talented running back, and I see him being skyrocketing through the boards. I see Michael Carter, and I see that the opportunity looks amazing. He might be the only New York Jets running back even worth anything. Yes, I don't care about Ty Johnson. I don't care about Tevin Coleman. Like, those are running backs that are not great, not even good, I would say, anymore. So we look at these opportunities and we go, wow, this looks amazing. Opportunity can change in a blink of an eye. Talent doesn't. If you are a DeAndre Swift owner, you know this because his opportunity, you could say, sucked last year. Well, look what he did. He is the most talented running back, arguably, in the 2020 class. And look what he did. Jonathan Taylor was up there. J.K. Dobbins was up there as well. And yes, some of these, I think opportunity is a tiebreaker definement, not something that takes huge precedent. My biggest mistake in the past has been taking the opportunity. It happens even in redraft, or not redraft. I keep saying redraft. Startup. We look at players like Chris Godwin and go, oh my goodness, what happens? He's in Tampa Bay. He's stuck with Antonio Brown. He's stuck with Mike Evans. He's stuck with Jalen Darden. He's stuck with Tyler Johnson. He's stuck with a lot of the wide receivers. What are we going to do with him? He could literally next year be on a different team. Mike Evans could be gone. Antonio Brown could not be re-signed next year. Tom Brady might not be the quarterback. There are so many things that can happen in plans of months. I mean, what happens if Tom Brady gets hurt? Now we're in a whole different argument and conversation of so Chris Godwin could go down. He could go up. Opportunity can change in a blink of an eye. We see this. Even Le'Veon Bell, who was the Jets running back, and we were like, oh my goodness, opportunity. What did he do with the Jets opportunity? Nothing. Then he went to Kansas City. Oh my goodness, he has more opportunity. What do you do with that? Pretty much nothing. So we have to look at these in startups, and we have to look at these in rookie drafts, and just kind of warning of opportunity can really, really change. Terrace Marshall is one of those wide receivers that I think is being sometimes undervalued because we look at Carolina and go, Robbie Anderson, CMC, DJ Moore. But those things could easily change. Both those wide receivers are not even under contract in 2022. He could be the number one wide receiver on that team if they get rid of both of them. Not saying that that's likely. In fact, that's very unlikely, but it could happen. So we have to look at opportunity just being a tiebreaker versus some of these things. But Trey Sermon, what happens if Jeff Wilson comes out and just balls out and they sign him to like a 3-4 year contract? Then what are the Trey Sermon lovers going to do? They're probably going to freak out and melt out. Jerick McKinnon signed, tore his ACL. All of a sudden, you look at Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson and Tevin Coleman, all these different running backs there. The opportunity in that San Francisco backfield could change. Who knows if even Trey Sermon's the guy there? I mean, they could have another guy come in and be the guy. I mean, it just, everything can just change in the blink of an eye. I always want to warn owners that, because it is a mistake that I have probably done the most. That's probably the mistake I've done absolutely the most, is in the last couple of years has drafted opportunity because I saw, oh my goodness, he could be the starting running back, or he's got to be the alpha there at that offense. And I realized that I'm passing up on some of the more talented players. In the last 12, 18 months, I've actually tried sticking more to my word and drafting more talent. And honestly, my teams have been better because of it. I've been drafting the Justin Jefferson over the Jalen Reagors, the Justin Jefferson even over Judy, because I thought Justin Jefferson was the number 2 wide receiver, and I also have a little bit of Homer in me. I have a little bit of bleed purple, which is a problem. But there was reasons why I was staying away from Zach Moss, Keyshawn Vaughn. I didn't care for those running backs. I thought that they were not super talented running backs. People started getting into this running back fever. Oh my goodness, look at Akers and look at J.K. Dobbins and Jonathan Taylor. Everyone wanted a running back that last year. And we started getting into these problems where we started passing up on T. Higgins, Brandon Ayuk, even Bryan Edwards. We started passing on these wide receivers because we saw this immense opportunity with some of these running backs. Lastly, look at James Robinson. He was an undrafted free agent. Quite possibly the hardest person to rank for a dynasty owner or for anybody in startup. We didn't know if he was going to be a top 10 running back. We didn't know if he was going to be even in the top 20. He could have went anywhere from 7 to, honestly, he's 23 years old. So he could went anywhere, arguably, from 5 to 35. And look at Travis Etienne, first round running back, gets drafted there, changes everything, changes the dynamic of that whole entire situation. Do I believe that Travis Etienne is extremely talented? Yes. So, talent, again, with him and Javonte Williams, I feel like their talent is so close. So what am I going to do? The tiebreaker goes to the opportunity. And I think the opportunity in Denver is better, slightly. And that's why he gets the tiebreaker. It's not a big shift. I didn't think Javonte Williams was a lot worse. And if you think Javonte Williams is a lot worse than Travis Etienne, but his opportunity is better, then you probably should stick with Etienne at 102 or wherever you have him. So that is the big, everything can change. All of a sudden, a wide receiver gets traded and things can have a cascade effect. Justin Fields looks amazing because he's got Allen Robinson, and I love him as my second-ranked quarterback. But Allen Robinson, I know, could easily be gone or could get hurt. There's a possibility with that. They could also trade for a wide receiver. Cole Kmet could have a breakout. David Montgomery may learn how to be or Drake Cohen. Not David Montgomery can't. He can't be an extreme pass catcher. But maybe Drake Cohen comes back and has this nice little 500-600 yard floor. If I'm out of breath, it's because I'm walking and talking. Whew. Oh, and you're probably shaking all over the place. This is probably more of a video that you just listen to instead of watch, because I might make you dizzy. And if you've commented before 9 minutes, you're probably not hearing this point, and you're probably just going to yell at me and say how bad this video was. But this is what you have to do. I wish you could see. Let's see. When you have your son in there, and now he's sleeping. Oh, thank goodness. Man, he just did not want to sleep. I'm recording this at, I think, 9:30, and he was up at 5, and just didn't want to sleep. He just wanted to eat. So this is what you get. I was trying to record a video the last 3 hours and couldn't record it. So it was kind of not annoying, but I was like, dude, I just want to record a 10-minute video. That's all. Just give me that. That's all I wanted. All right. So talent over opportunity. Don't make my mistake that I have made a lot in the past and has burned me in startup and in rookie drafts. All right, this is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads. See you tomorrow. Peace out.
Now turn up.